Hello YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Evil Lucian. Let's meet a fucking idiot, shall we? This guy's handle is the good news bearer, and what good news does he want to impart? Well, apparently, we are all going to die, and go to hell. And the only way we can save ourselves, is to accept Jesus. Let's have a quick listen to some of his bullshit.
Hell is not a myth. I have seen in a dream.
Really? In a fucking dream?
People in a place in hell, and what they were saying was, why did nobody warn us that living a life after our own ways ended up here?
Well, quite apart from the fact that English appears to be your second language, gibberish being your first, you expect us to believe that persons unknown, residing in hell, have somehow managed to get there without the expedient of being exposed to the ramblings of nutballs like you. This claim seems to be made to serve the interests of your proselytizing, rather than to have any basis in fact.
You see, if you die without Jesus today, you will go to hell.
Really, hell? The concept that humans who are bad go to a place called hell, seems on its face to be fucking crazy. I mean, let's examine the proposition. Firstly, what is good and what is bad? Our concepts of good and bad have evolved over the millennia. What passed for good a couple of thousand years ago, would be considered evil today. Therefore, how can one tell what is truly good and what is bad? Should we kill people because they work on the Sabbath, are witches, are adulterers, are homosexuals, or eat shellfish? Or shall we kill them because we covet their wives like old King David? Shall we offer up our daughters for rape, or indeed our slaves? Shall we sacrifice our sons and daughters, or commit incest? These things are that which have been rewarded by Jesus. If a man or woman leads a good life, hurts no one, loves all, is a researcher in the field of medicine, divines vaccines for diseases, and saves millions of lives, leaves well-loved children, but doesn't believe in gods, because there is no evidence for them, does that person deserve eternal torture? If you answer yes, then you are evil, and must suffer the same consequence that you would blithely condemn others to. If a man or woman leads a destructive life, kills or leads others to kill, causes misery, and plies that misery to children, yet before they die accepts Jesus, does that person deserve heaven, eternal bliss? If you answer yes, then you are evil, for the absence of justice is evil, and you by your own convictions deserve hell. I would answer, however, that neither of the two illustrations deserve eternal torture. I would argue that the vilest humans that have ever existed, Hitler, Stalin, Caligula, you name them, do not deserve eternal torture. I am no god, but I would condemn no one to such inane barbarity. I could certainly not do it for the petty reason of applying reason. So what is hell? A lake of fire. Fire that consumes what? Certainly not our bodies, for they rot or are already ash. In order for hell to exist, a soul must exist, and this soul must feel pain. Yet we know that pain is the product of a nervous system, bound to a neurological network. Absent this, is there such a thing as pain? Surely not, for by definition pain is a biological response, not a spiritual one. If you cannot prove the existence of a soul, then your whole God, hell, hypothesis is rubbish. While we are discussing evil, I would state that an evil deed, something I consider reprehensible, is the act of introducing the concept of hell to a child. If your God is so fucking batshit crazy that he condemns children, the innocent, to eternal torture, then your God is malevolent, and malevolent gods can go fuck themselves. Why is hell necessary? Surely if the evidence for God was simple and apparent, all that would be needed is the reward of heaven. The disincentive would be not getting to heaven. And if God were truly loving, He'd let you in anyway. If not for your benefit, then for the benefit of your loved ones.
I don't care who you are.
You don't care. You don't fucking care. Are we to assume then that your arrogance and self-delusion know no bounds? Of course we are. There is no room in the heart of a true Christian for Christ. Mercy, forgiveness, pity, are as alien to you as reality. You speak of love, but the cold hard fact is that you are a hate-monger, and you revel in the sanctimony and hubris that your self-endowed status of Christian allows you.
Because Jesus came to save people from no other place but hell. He's going to deceive you with things like evolution.
Yeah, the first thing I think about when I'm hip deep in evolution is that there is no hell. I'm sick to fucking death of the anti-science stance of you Jesus freaks. You may want to reflect on how your anti-science stance stacks up when you are gibbering on about Jesus through the advent of digital video photography and the fucking internet.
You should be grateful that God sent a way to be saved from hell.
Excuse me. I should be fucking grateful. Fuck you. Your God creates a place of eternal misery, and condemns all of us to the suffering and anguish that only minds as sick as yours can want to comprehend. If this God exists, He is not to be worshipped, He is to be reviled. Has it ever occurred to you that the creator of hell must be by definition more evil than the Satan which you say it was created for? You dumb fuck.
From where your own sins are going to take you. God doesn't want you to be thrown into hell. It is you to blame if you end there.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't make the fucking thing, and I didn't put forward the bullshit rules that mean you can end up there, and I'm not the sick fuck that would actually send you to a place of eternal torture. This is an example of the mendacity of Jeebus freaks. A completely incredible assertion is made, and it is backed up by no more than fear and guilt. If hell is real, prove that it exists. Has it ever occurred to you that raising fear and guilt over non-existent punishments leads to human misery and suffering? And how this contrasts with the central tenet of Jeebus, that everyone should love their neighbor? Of course not. Thinking isn't a part of the Jeebus freak's psyche.
Because it is you who did your sin.
Oh, just fuck off. I'm tired of your bullshit. Let me leave you with this last thought. Why have children if you believe in hell? Surely through the vagaries of life, it is possible, even probable, that one or more of your children, even given the best religious upbringing, would fall away and be condemned. How could heaven be heaven if your children were elsewhere, and that elsewhere was hell?
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me!